Hello, my name is Juan Manuel Rivera. In this video, we will take in the first instance of the most influential person and one of the most important in the struggle to equality of the African Americans, and after this we will take about how they lived of the process of the slavery. And everything they had to happen and finally in a process they carried of the Asian equality will be announced. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was born in the years 1929 in Atlanta, which was surrounded by people were pastor like in the his fire and outlet. At the age of the 15, he left school to be about to enter university for first time. In the years 1948, he graduated from sociology from the institution created on for African Americans, and later he avoided the title of the theology. On the 28th day of August 1963, the famous civil rights demonstration known as the March on the Washington for Work and the Freedom was organized. In the march, Martin Luther King came to represent the sometimes Christian leadership. Conference derived in his immortal speech, "I have on the land in this present has the right to not unity in America in the wish of the life inequality." On October 14 of the 1964, Martin Luther King received in the Nobel Peace Prize, and Youth 35 Luther King became the first West man to receive in recognition. Finally, April 4, 1968, while he was on the right of the hotel room where he was strangling. He died from the shouting of the segregation. Martin Luther King was only 39 years old.
Yeah. I have a dream, and it's about a black man named Martin Luther King, who seeing the inequality between whites and blacks, gave himself to the task of finding a place to pursue the Emancipation Proclamation, which turns 100 years old and was the great beacon for millions of black slaves, and is always known to all of humanity and the most of all the United States. The black always depend on the atrocities of the white. Today, this kind of mistreatment is still preserved not only in slavery but in all kinds of activities. Whether sports or power, we see how until very recently of a man of color became president of the United States of America. I have a dream before all white or black man or woman created by God has a right to claim a check. Unfortunately, black checks came out with insufficient funds. The dream was that everyone could. I have a dream before all white or black men and women created by God had a right to claim a check. Unfortunately, black checks came out with insufficient funds. The dream was that everyone could throw away that they had been in which they did not allow the booty to the blacks. The dream was to respect his life, respect his dreams, and respect his lands. And we saw how more than 50 years ago, the famous white people appeared with their cocktail, who dedicated themselves to killing the blacks, to banish them and take away their profits. In Colombia, one example is the guerrilla in the parapoliticians. I say to you today, my friends, that despite all the difficulties and the frustration of the moment, I still have a dream, and it's the American dream. I have a dream that my 4 young children We live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. With this faith, we will be able to transform the discordances of our nation into a beautiful sister symphony lived freedom.
The greatest manifestation for from in the history of our nation. 100 years ago, an American signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This important decree became a great big beacon of hope uh, for for millions of black uh, slaves who were cooked in the flames at dawn of joy came to end the long night of captivity. But 100 years later, we must face the tragic uh, fact that black is not yet free. 100 years later, black life on a lonely, lonely island of poverty. 100 years later, black is still in the corners of American society and finds himself exiled in his own land. The architects of the Republic wrote in the Constitution the Declaration of Independence. They signed a note that all Americans would be heirs, that not was a promise that all men would be guaranteed the inalienable rights of life, freedom, and the pursuits of happiness. It is seen that today the United States has filed, filed in its promise in respect to its citizens of color. Martin Luther gives an example where he say that people the color came to capital of his nation to cash a check, but at the end of the day, the United States gave the person of color another check where it had no value with a sum that said insufficient funds. Martin also speaks of the time to live nation from the quicksand of racial injustice to lead it towards a solid brothers Rogan and
This too tells us how the manifestation of rights of the people color should never surpass or pass to violence. On the contrary, should be peaceful as possible. And that also a key factor to have is that the freedom of whites is inextricably linked to that of the blacks. He also talks about how they were not going to be satisfied due to facts such as the black men could not vote, stay in hotels where they going to be satisfied. They will not be satisfied until the dream that is rooted in an American dream is fulfilled. That dream is that the children of ex-esclavists and ex-owners can sit together at the brotherhood table, and that blacks and whites have the same rights.
Martin Luther King concludes in his writing, I have a dream Contemplating a reality by any color or race can have a trial and a free form of development. Society can become egalitarian if it acts in an integral and empathetic manner. The human can put aside prejudice based on a history stained by innocent blood, knowing that we are the same human beings with the same brain, we are the same specimen with the same genetic roots. It is time to break the mental barriers imposed by society. We must act in a favor of a society where nobody is more or less than anyone, where everyone can have the same access to natural resources, where a stratification disappears and the world is a livable place for future generations. The youth of today are increasingly losing the sense of equity and equality in society. This is a great decline in the current political and social level. It is always the time to generate a change for good.